Good morning, MILF hunters and milk lovers. Silicon Valley just proved that loyalty lasts about as long as a Meta Reels video. Nvidia, the AI God King, just got stabbed by its own customers. Google and Meta are reportedly teaming up to build a new chip empire because nothing says thank you for making us billionaires like plotting to replace you. And if you think that's bad, retail sales just came in weaker than expected because apparently Americans finally realized you can't pay rent in Klarna installments. Who knew? We also have Alphabet, which is suddenly challenging Nvidia for the most valuable tech company, sorry. And Jensen Huang, he's on stage with Donald Trump like a man who knows his stock is down 6% and needs emotional support. Let's go ahead, kick it in the balls, make it break down, grab a drink because you're going to need it. And yes, don't worry, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So let's go ahead and start this party off with Nvidia. The stock dropped nearly 7%, which for Nvidia is basically a sneeze. After the information reported, Google is in talks with Meta to buy billions of dollars of Google AI chips starting in 2027. Folks, Google selling AI chips is like Trader Joe's starting to sell cocaine. Yes, it makes sense, but also, really, we're really going to do this now? For years, Google kept its TPUs locked inside its own data center, like a nerd who won't let you touch his Pokemon cards. But now, they're out pitching them to anyone with a pulse and a cloud budget. And according to Google, this could take 10% of NVIDIA's annual revenue, which is funny because NVIDIA has grown so big that 10% is basically just Jensen Huang's leather jacket budget. Now, it turns out NVIDIA's biggest competitors are its own customers. Google has TPUs, Amazon has Trainium, and Inferentia, or whatever that thing is called. Microsoft has Maya. Meta built their own GPU too, although knowing Meta, it probably spies on your feelings. And while Nvidia is like that friend who keeps lending money to people who never pay them back. Except this time, the friend is lending money and building the casinos and investing in the gamblers. This is why Michael Burry, yes, the big short guy, is betting against Nvidia. He's calling the AI market the next dot-com bubble. And honestly, you don't need to be a genius to smell bubble froth when every company is promising AI robots that will do your taxes, walk your dog, bang your wife, and spiritually heal your trauma. Nvidia responded with a memo basically saying, we are not Enron, stop saying we're Enron, which is, well, exactly what Enron said. Now, meanwhile, Alphabet is having a moment. Shares are up 37% since October. They added $1 trillion in valuation like it was a DoorDash tip. By the way, the Investor Central Club community was so early on this. We saw $12 million get deployed on $280 calls on October 9th. Now, those calls were $5 a piece. They are now at $52.50 as the recording of this video. Now, if you haven't, go ahead and join us over there. We're actually running a promo, and today's video sponsor is Investor Central Club. We're running a Black Friday promo, BF35, for 35% off any plan off the site, and we are running that through the week. So make sure you head over to investorcentralclub.com and sign up today, because you know what's not fun? When you get this type of data and information, like as the move's happening or the week the move does happen, when you could be up almost 1,000% a contract right now. Life's just beautiful like that. Anyways, let's get back to the video. They added $1 trillion in valuation like it was a DoorDash tip. And we're talking about Google here. They're now just $300 billion away from passing Nvidia, and they didn't do it with self-driving cars or virtual reality meetings. They did it with good old-fashioned, we finally made an AI model that doesn't hallucinate your social security number or make, let's just call them, controversial images. The new Gemini model, people are calling it the Nvidia killer, which is ironic because it runs on Nvidia chips. But Meta might be switching to Google chips. Anthropic is testing Google chips. OpenAI tested Google chips. Basically, Nvidia up one morning and realized it lives in a world where all its exes are dating each other. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the US economy, aka retail sales. Because while tech companies build Skynet, Americans are trying to figure out how to afford Thanksgiving potatoes and a turkey. Retail sales rose only 0.2%, as analysts expected 0.4%. But hey, economists also predicted inflation would be transitory. So you figure out how accurate they usually are. I feel like at this point, they have the credibility of the big boobed weather girl that, well, you just watched because she had big boobs. Consumers are definitely resilient, but, well, they're selective. That's code for we can afford groceries or fun, and we unfortunately have to pick one. Target, Walmart, Home Depot, they're all saying the same thing. Lower and middle income households are getting squeezed like an orange in a mimosa carafe. And all of this matters because, well, the Fed meets in December. Retail is cooling, labor is cooling, inflation is slowing, but energy costs are up because apparently oil companies also live in their own simulation. As of this morning, markets are pricing in an 85% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut. That's not a prediction, that's a bribery level. So, what's actually happening in the AI chip war? Well, here's a breakdown, trades and gains style. Nvidia, we are still the king. Google saying, we built our own kingdom. Microsoft said, we partnered with every kingdom just to be safe. Amazon, we own the kingdom where everyone stores their photos. Meta, we'll join any kingdom that makes us feel special and validates our feelings. Everyone is building chips because, well, the future of AI isn't just who builds the best model, it's who controls the compute. That's the real power. That's the nuclear weapon of the digital century. And Nvidia suddenly learned that if you sell shovels during a gold rush, eventually the miners start making their own shovels, right? So, what does this all mean for investors? Well, three things. One, competition is real. Nvidia won't run uncontested forever. Google, Amazon, Microsoft, these are trillion-dollar enemies. Nvidia isn't fighting startups, it's fighting countries at this point. Two, Alphabet may become the next AI superpower. If TPUs are the real competition, the market cap race is about to get real spicy, and no, not like that link in your girlfriend's Instagram bio. And three, volatility is here to stay. We are in a once in a century technological arms race. The Cold War had nukes, and the AI war, well, that's going to have GPUs. And yes, both can melt your face off if you stand too close to them. So, where does this all go? Huh? Well, Nvidia is still the leader, but the throne is starting to shake. The seven kingdoms might crumble. Alphabet is rising, Meta is shopping, Amazon is scaling, Microsoft, well, it's everywhere. And the Fed, they're deciding whether the economy gets a rate cut or another participation trophy. We are living in a clown economy where the companies build artificial intelligence, can't figure out how to keep websites online. Americans can't afford pumpkin pie, and Wall Street keeps asking whether Google's new chips can run Skyrim. But one thing is clear, the AI chip war has officially begun in this case. And Nvidia is, well, no longer the only general on the battlefield. I'm Max. Well, actually, I'm Ben the Bull, or I'm a part. I don't know. Wherever you know me from, this is Trades and Gains. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And, well, I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, leave your hottest take below. And again, use that BF35 for 35% off all Trades and Gains plans. See you guys later.